Okay, I think we just started a whole new stream because it kind of tripped out.
So we'll give you guys.
We're back on. Let me text my buddy and have. Can you tell the chat that we made a brand new live stream? It wouldn't
because we can't get back on the chat.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi.
This is part two.
Part two
of burnout,
which we haven't talked barely at all.
I know.
At all.
No kidding.
I watched that back and it cut off before we even went back to burnout.
Really?
Yeah, we were still talking about Legos on the shelves.
It's that long ago?
Yeah. So I don't know what happened. It's weird. Paul's computer just disconnected from
our Wi-Fi, even though none of our other devices did.
Yeah, nobody else did. So we'll see if anybody hops on.
Yeah. Hey.
Hi.
Morning. Morning. Okay, let me open this.
I thought I'd see you around town.
I thought I saw you around town. And we're back. I see you.
We're back.
So sorry, guys. That was a mess.
That. Paul's computer just decided to disconnect from the Wi-Fi.
And I don't know how long we were actually gone.
Was the last thing you heard us talking about Lego sets on shelves?
Dean, feel free to always text when I have issues.
Well, I also saw there was a bunch of people who texted me, so I was just more worried about trying to figure out. I was trying to get back on the chat so I could say something in the chat about, hey, we're gonna restart it, So.
Oh my gosh, Eric, that sounds awful. His husband
Taj Mahal Lego set
yeah,
together,
that's
accidentally
huge.
dropped it down the stairs.
Our friend Carter Kinch did the same thing with the Hogwarts castle.
And he was filming it.
And he filmed the whole thing for 3 days. He built it. And then he was moving it to his shelf. And he didn't realize like the pins that hold it together really should be disconnected when you move it. It's not really holding it together well. And so as he was carrying it here, it just buckled right at those two pins and dropped on the ground. At first, I thought it was intentional, but it was not.
It was not.
It 100% was not.
It was so sad. And watching it after watching the whole vlog, because he posted just the breaking of it on TikTok or something, and I saw it, and then I watched his whole YouTube video, and I was like, I know what's coming because I've seen the outcome, but it was so like addicting to watch the like process because he showed himself like fast forward. And,
I need to do that with this one.
Okay, transitioning to burnout. I did transition to burnout, but I didn't realize it had disconnected. So
so we didn't have anything.
I wanted to ask Paul, what do you think is the cause of burnout in social media? As influencers, and then what do you think is the best course of action when you notice that you're burned out? What do you think you need to do to get out of that? Because we've had a lot of experience
in and out of burnout. I do think what causes burnout is I do think that we work all the time, like dawn to dusk. Yes, like there's a lot of times where you are because I think of burnout or because of being overwhelmed by work and because of ADHD, we get distracted and just like scroll online because we don't want to think about the work we actually have to do. But for the most part, like we are kind of on, like you don't go to work and come home from work. You are at work and you work and that's it.
Yeah.
And so I think that what people generally don't understand about social media influencing is that you are literally always working. You're always thinking about what's next. You're always thinking about how can I change? How can I evolve? What's the next thing? And talking to Jameson today, he is like literally like he doesn't have a super strict content style. So he is creatively figuring out something new every day. He is trying something new, but also staying within the realms of what he knows, but also having to branch out and trying to adjust and figure out where he's going. And he has a good trajectory. He knows where he's going, but
he's had great success with what he's done.
And he's had great success, but he also is struggling with this constant creativity in the brain that is then causing burnout where you just can't think of anything new. You're like, I literally can't think of anything.
There's also, I think burnout, I think also can stem from this feeling of like, comparison. You're seeing what other people are doing and what's working for them, and a thought that you need to be keeping up with the Joneses has been the thing that we've talked about forever, but there's this thought that you have to keep up with all this different kinds of content and all this different creativity and learning about what cameras you need and what transition and editing styles you need, or who should you hire to do that for you if you need to. How often should you post? How often do you want to make videos?
When you post, how many hashtags do you use? Do you use any hashtags, or is that old? Do you have to?
The decision fatigue is so real. And Paul and I found that too, and just realizing that, especially with short form, because there's so much pressure to do so much.
Yeah.
That realizing that you are you and you can only do what you can do. I encouraged him to take a break. I said, it's okay to disappear for a week, for 2 weeks. He's like, I think I need to disappear for a month. And I said, do it.
Do it.
Like,
and I think that because your longevity as a creative, like, yes, you have momentum right now. And so to halt all of that is going to hurt hurt your brand in the short term.
In the short term,
but in the long term, giving up and going and working a 9 to 5, which is an option, is like not going to help your brand at all.
Right.
Like stopping completely isn't going to help the brand either. So like if you need to stop now for a short time and come back to it, great. If you stop for a short time and realize you don't want to go back to it, fine.
Yeah.
You know,
don't have to.
But you have to take
go
a
on
step
a cruise.
away.
Go on a cruise to do that.
I did. I told him, I said, bro,
go on a cruise. To go, last minute cruises. Look at people are just trying to fill ships at like the last week. They're just trying to ship people out.
We should book on Vacations to Go just to see how it works.
I do want to try it because I feel like I recommend that a lot. Vacations to Go, if you don't know, has been advertised like crazy online for being a place that they like gather and sell discounted rates on cruises that are like more last minute. And we've thought about doing it just like a last minute cruise, see what we can get for like
a YouTube video,
plan it out and then just really show like, is it really cheaper? Let's look on the website. Are they offering the same deal? Is it really cheaper to go through this website?
Yeah.
Just to test it out because I've been advertised so much and I don't know of anyone who's actually used it.
Yeah. So. And I would like to use it just to test it.
That being said, burnout, I think cruises, are an excellent way to do that. I think that we have never, ever in our lives on a cruise stopped working because we've always like, oh, I want to show this. I want to show that.
Luke and I, like, I was talking something about this when we were having the conversation. I don't know if it cut off before this, but I was talking about Sunday at church. We were talking about the Sabbath. And as Christians that follow Scripture, the Bible does talk about in the 10 Commandments that the Sabbath is one of the 10 Commandments, meaning that if you don't take a Sabbath, that's technically sinning, which is a hard thing to realize.
I'm not sure if I've ever taken a Sabbath in my life. Like, I'm never.
I think we've tried. But when I was telling this guy that we were talking to at church, I was like, bruh, I tried to take a Sabbath and I got the most beneficial work done that day that I was trying not to work. Because it was when creativity could bloom. When I stopped trying to work,
I know
creativity came naturally. And I think that one thing I suggested to Jameson was go on a cruise or stop trying. Tell yourself, today I don't have to do anything. And suddenly you will have a lot of ideas of what to do.
I know.
At least
true.
for me.
We've both.
That's what happens to me. And I think that taking that pressure off, saying it doesn't matter what I make, because we all know it doesn't matter what we make. We make stuff that is true to us. And then if it connects with someone on the other side of that screen, that's the goal. We want to make someone smile a little bit. We want to connect with them emotionally, but through a dance, through a song.
That's through nostalgia.
Through nostalgia.
70s, yeah. Through whatever. And through an old theme song.
Right.
Yeah.
But like that connection, those like shared experiences of a show we loved as a kid, those are things that connect us and that makes us feel good. And so if for burnout, sometimes you have to stop thinking to have a good idea.
I know. It's crazy. It's a weird thing that happens. I did want to answer a question. Peter asked about the cruise lines. What lines are on Vacations to Go? I think literally everything. When I've been on there, I know a lot about cruise ships, and I didn't see anything that was out of I didn't not see something.
Like there's Disney, Princess,
Celebrity, MSC, Carnival,
everything,
Royal, everything.
Yeah.
I've seen everything on there.
Yeah.
There's even weird river ones from overseas that I've seen as well.
Yeah,
I've looked. It's not that I haven't looked. I just haven't ever booked through them, so I can't.
So we don't know. So like the prices look really good, but we don't know if on the back end there's like fees and stuff that would pile up that you don't know about.
Anyway, I wanted to just reach out. Come to Australian.
Yeah, Vacations to Go has all the same deals regular travel agents can get you. Oh, they just specialize in last minute deals.
Yes.
Cool, Nathaniel. That's great.
That's great to know.
That's great to know. Oh, Colby, I keep thinking this Legos pictures frames are part of the couch. They do kind of look like that, don't they?
Yeah.
It looks like this line goes straight up to this.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of
like crazy.
Because the wood color. Yeah.
Fun. With burnout, I think I've kind of gone on circles here a little bit, but
I know.
I do think that the only way that I have found that burnout can really be tackled is to take a break.
Yeah.
Like that is the goal. Or that is the solution.
Well, I think it's a need.
While you're challenging yourself to not burn out in this industry, specifically in our industry, but in any industry, in any job, especially for entrepreneurs who do work all the time, take a day off every week. Have a day where you cannot work, that you tell yourself no.
And actually don't work.
Regardless of if that idea comes, write it down for tomorrow. Yeah. But today is a day for no work. A day for relaxing, for going on a walk, for...
Do you think that it's important to realize too, I think there is a huge need for that. I think right now in our culture, especially in America,
Hustle.
it's a hustle culture, and we're like glorified to hustle. At the same time, I think that right now we're seeing prices go so high in every area that sometimes it's hard to take a break because you are working to like make groceries to make rent. So
and I think for him, even he was talking about, he's like, I'm financially semi-stable. He's like, I'm not obviously like rolling, but I'm like semi-stable. And for us, I think we did the same way, that we're working hard and we are making.
I don't think I would be happy taking a month off.
Oh no, I could not. I'd be so irritated.
Somebody said that when he said that, I was like, I feel like I would not be fulfilled.
We tried when we did the transatlantic cruise. We tried to take that was time off. We did vlog it, and that vlog is coming soon, like
very soon.
This week is Disneyland Paris. If we can get our
guys, I will
together.
tell you this. If there was something going to burn me out, it's today.
Today was
literally
burnout.
today. I am working so hard on my Disneyland Paris video, and I'm doing a lot of VO, and I want it to be very professional, very Sophia and I guard, if you will, where we have like this plan, and we're showing B-roll and our experience. My goodness sakes, we were doing all the voiceover or like the actual like sitting narration.
It's like on camera, audio, video. It's
kind of telling the whole story, tying it all together. And it's like right now, the video itself is, I think, an hour and 40 minutes long. Do not worry. It will not be an hour 40 minutes long. But we are adding these things so that we can cut down a little bit of the narration that we put.
Maddie is going to comment on this later. She's going to be like, no, make it an hour 45.
But that being said, we're working on that. And we were recording, and when we had been recording for about 3 hours, it should be an hour and 30 minutes, she said. Hour 40.
Hour 40.
Well, okay, if I keep all this narration in and everything I have already,
it's going to be 2 hours.
It's going to be 2 hours long. More. Because we recorded for about an hour, and then we had an issue. So we started again,
like a technical issue.
And then we did it again for another hour, actually 2 hours almost. And we were really getting our stride, and we realized that our card for the microphones had filled up.
And I didn't see it.
Of course, it doesn't notify you. It just stops
working.
And stops recording. So the microphones that we'd been using all day were no longer recording. And it
Scott,
had not
we have an editor. So, but right now we're in the transition period of now we have the editor, and he's working on future projects, but the projects we already had in the pipeline, he's working in Premiere Pro. We were working in Final Cut, so we can't hand that off.
We have to finish what we were starting.
We finished what the videos we were on.
And
so
he's
amazing, and he's helping us a lot.
He actually edited our
24 Hours in Paris.
There's also somebody who reached out about wanting to be an editor, and I meant to respond to that email. But my friend that is now my editor is someone I've wanted to hire for a long time, and we just never were at a spot where we felt like we could. And then some stuff happened, and we were like, you know what? No, let's take the plunge. Also help a friend out because he was in kind of a tricky situation with a current job letting him go, and I was like, I think this is time.
Yeah.
And we're meeting with him tomorrow to do some branding.
Yes, new branding.
So exciting! T-shirts.
He also is a really great graphic designer. Thank God. So we have him on retainer, which is really great, and he's honestly an MVP. We're so excited to work with him. And hopefully help him out a little bit.
That'll also help, I think, with our burnout.
Yeah.
That I think is a huge pressure on our shoulders is the YouTube editing and the Patreon editing. That is a lot of work, and I think that I don't think people realize how much time
it takes.
Literally, guys, I want you to, just for clarification, if you saw, no one saw it, so I don't know if you saw it, but we made not no one, just very few people saw it. But I made a video of us unboxing the Labubus from last live stream when we were in Nashville. And that unboxing, that little section that I did took me probably 6 hours to edit down and make sure I had everything right. I have to move every frame. Like, it's so tedious. And I'm not the fastest editor. Paul's much faster than I am. But I didn't want to bog him down with something that felt kind of like, this isn't going to do well. I know it's not going to perform well, but I really want it out there because we found a secret. Like, that was really my whole thought. Then I showed Paul, and Paul goes, oh, I thought you were just going to cut out you finding the secret and just show that. I was like, no, we have to show the whole set.
Yeah,
because it wasn't just
and it's a cute video. I like it. We
completed the whole set.
Yeah.
Peter
said this, and I like this. Perfection is satisfying, but has diminishing returns,
which
is really
good. Wow, that's wise.
And I think that having one thing that I've really enjoyed, we have a proof for the 24 Hours in Paris. Look, he's way ahead of us. He already is done, and we're still working on our videos.
Yeah, he is very, very good.
That video actually was set up really well, hopefully for him. I'm excited for the future videos. Now we have a plan going into these videos because we have to. I have to be able to hand off something to someone and say, this is what we need. And so he's now learning our style, learning what we need, and then he's giving us feedback on, you need to be doing this better, do this better. I need more of this. This is good. So it's a team effort. So as much as it's fun to have an editor, it also means there's a lot more pre-planning. I can't just kind of run a gun and hope I make something cool when I get back. I have to have a plan. And so I'm really excited for that, for me.
Yeah.
To be forced to kind of start with a concept.
Yeah, we're going to Japan the second half of March, and we're going to be like there the rest of the month, and we have a lot of ideas for videos. In fact, guys, we got a sponsor for a video. Wow,
for a YouTube video.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean,
we can't talk about it yet, but
we can't talk about it yet. I mean, but we did get a sponsor for a video, so we're very excited. That's
while we're in Japan,
and it's for a YouTube video, guys. Well, okay. Also, we have to post on TikTok and Instagram, but it started as a YouTube video.
It did start as a YouTube video. That's what they wanted.
They weren't as impressed with our numbers. So it's okay. We're working on it.
We were trying to get a larger rate, and so we were like, well, what if we just put it on TikTok and Instagram too?
And it's still not a normal rate, but we decided like at least they were able to kind of help us out with like planning some activities for the vlog, which is exciting.
Yeah,
so
and it also it'll be cool because it also helps us not like the Japan trip. Obviously, we were going to see our friend get married, which is why we're going.
That's like why we're going.
But we also
it's going to be an expensive trip, no matter what.
No matter what, travel is expensive.
Yeah,
but we were like,
this brand deal will not cover it all.
No,
and it'll cover
but it makes it less expensive.
Yeah, it does make it less expensive.
So even though it doesn't cover all of it, it will be a lot of work and it will be a lot of fun. But
sponsor NDA.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
Now
we did have to sign an NDA for that.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't be talking about that then. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Well, I guess I'm not saying a name.
You're not saying a name, but you did start gabbing about it. And I was like, we're not supposed to be talking about it. But
Ryan, I'm so glad. It honestly, make sure you read it because
not a lot changed. I was kind of disappointed with how they phrased that.
They really want to make sure that the LGBTQ plus community understands that they've like reduced the like questions that are answered, but they still do ask a lot of questions. A lot of people had a good comments on that video about like what they do and don't that I didn't understand
because we didn't. We aren't really.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
And when we went to give blood, there was a lot of things in the questionnaire that we hadn't even seen yet in our brief. Yeah. So we were learning things as we went, but I am really happy with how the video turned out. I'm really excited about the reaction we've gotten from the video.
Yeah.
And it is true. We really went. I get calls because you can give every 6 weeks, I think, or something.
Is it 6 weeks
or 3 months or something?
We should be more up to
because I get calls. They're asking. So if you have the opportunity to give
give blood.
Please go give blood, or at least try and just see if you're eligible because they need so much blood right now, especially with the fires in California. Just in general,
it's a shortage of blood right now. So if you can go give blood.
Please go give.
Yeah,
please. So anyway,
not that we were paid to say that, but here we are.
We're not paid to say that either.
It's a need.
It's a need.
And I also love giving blood. A buddy of ours recently called us after he saw that ad. He called me and he was like, "Is it
scary?
Is it scary? Have you done it?"
No,
I said, "Yeah,
it.
dude,
yeah,
do it."
Great.
It's something I'm burnt out on. Giving blood is what Matthew's. I'll give some of my A negative. There you go.
Actually, that's good. I'm A positive.
A positive,
so,
yeah.
Yeah. Did you just ask what are we?
Yeah, I forgot. It's a good flavor. Yeah, might as well. But burnout. What are some other things for you that you think about? Like, what are some causes and some remedies?
I think causes are just the pressure of others. I mean, we think about the act of comparison, even in our own life.
Yeah.
But then looking at the outside world. I'm so glad that we have each other. I think that we're able to bounce a lot of emotions off each other, and that's helpful. And also give ourselves breaks and like give ourselves permission to have breaks.
Yeah, because I think for us, it's nice
even
as a team.
5-10 minutes here, there. It's great to have a little break. But I do think that being able to be that for our friends though is helpful too, and when they need it, especially with this, just the hustle culture is just a lot.
Yeah. There were some other questions I feel like about burnout up here that I just got lost, but it's fine. Hey, love you guys.
Can you tell us what the plan for the hair is? Are you going grunge?
Hudson, that is a really great question. I actually just got a text message from a friend who is
okay. Here's the deal about the hair. I know that it's not everyone's favorite. I really am liking it.
It is getting a little grunge.
And you know who doesn't have a problem with that?
You.
First of all, okay.
I was in dance class tonight looking in the mirror and I said, Paul, it's looking greasy. Fix that.
I was looking at dance class tonight and every time I spotted, I was spot on. I can feel it
Flicking around.
every time I spotted.
I do like that. I do like how it feels when you dance and it moves.
I love how it looks under a hat. No, okay, here's the deal about it. We really are going for like a 70s, 80s aesthetic. And that is something that we both just were interested in. We saw slides from my dad in that era, late 70s, early 80s. The mustache is more 70s, but there are guys
We're
who
looking
have
at really
that.
1979 to like 1983.
That's kind of the vibe we're looking for.
Yeah.
And so the bell
I know
bottoms
that's
are like
super specific.
I know it is, but the bell bottoms were really in then. We like those, but also we're looking at like later 80s and stuff with like acid wash jeans. We're doing some shopping and looking around. We want to do some vintage shopping in Kansas City and then also in Japan when we're there. So we are really looking for this like very specific aesthetic, but it's gonna be like athletic core. Maybe more like I guess jock core, if you will, from that era. We also do love the 50s and like the greaser era, the 50s and early 60s.
But we're good. That would be like a slicked back hair.
Yeah, that's a very different hair.
Cut the mustache.
I need to trim this because even though this was a thing in the 80s,
the ears are too much right now.
So we're actually meeting with a consultant who is a hair and makeup artist for a lot of theaters, and he's like one of the best, and he does wigs, and he's done everything.
And he does a lot with era-specific things.
He does very specific things. So we're gonna meet with him and get some opinions on like what we should be working toward, and then maybe some ideas. I've always also wanted to do what I call a loose mullet. It's kind of more modern now, but it was also popular in the grunge scene in the early 80s. And so Paul and I are thinking that we might get different haircuts, and that's okay. So we're just trying to feel it out, what we look for and what we're looking for.
Luke loves this like length that he's got, and I like it,
with it, man.
But I want to curl it on top of my hair. I want to I want some curl cream. I don't want to perm it because it's really bad for your hair.
Paul, get some curl cream.
I need to get some curl cream, my guy. I need to talk to Austin about it.
Yeah, Austin's got some for you.
Yeah, I need to get some brands.
The only thing I can say is Yumbo. The aerobics video was spot on. Thank you, Peter. I also love it.
Oh, dude, no, that's an ad. Did you know that?
I hope you guys know that.
I hope that you know that it's an ad.
It's a dance challenge we're starting.
It was the first ad we've ever done where it made sense.
Everything was like,
wow,
it just walked into place. It was so in our vibe right now. It worked out. They literally were like, hey, we know these guys are doing 80s stuff. Do they have workout clothes? And we're like, yeah, for such a time as this.
For such a time as this.
It's kind of been a long thing that we've been going back and forth, and they were like really feeling out our vibe, and then they were like, oh yes, this is like perfect. And I was so excited.
Honestly, so it's advertising. It isn't hard advertising an app. It's Dice Dreams is the sponsor.
Dice Dreams.
It's an app.
And to be perfectly honest,
it's fun.
Paul and I are a little addicted. It feels like a
we're not paid to say that.
I'm not paid to say this at all. In fact, they didn't even tell us to download the game. We're not even pushing the game. We're just pushing a dance challenge. I think it's more for like exposure is what they're going for more than anything else, which I love. But the game itself is so very much like you're rolling dice. So you're pushing a button to roll dice, and you have so many dice rolls every so often. And then some of the rolls give you more rolls. Some of the rolls give you money.
It's a pretty
and then you're building
game.
You're building a town, and then as soon as you finish building the town, you move up the board like a board game to the next town. And you can like pay add-ons to get more rolls if you run out of rolls, or you can.
There's a lot of paid things within the app, but. Our friend John is playing.
Yeah,
too.
John
Turpin. He's sometimes on here.
Yeah,
and he didn't realize we all started around the same time playing.
But that man knows how to play a game.
Yeah,
and he's like, I'm level 60. I started 3 days ago. I was like, I'm level 2, and I started yesterday.
I said, bro, you are flying.
I didn't play. Oh, I have to do my rolls today. I haven't rolled today yet.
Bro, that's why you're so behind. Jeez,
Paul, have you?
I've been playing all day, man.
No wonder I've been so productive.
Yeah.
I haven't been playing on my phone.
Well, might as well.
Anyway,
I just do it like when I'm pooping. Just to say it
for the reals.
For the reals.
That's real commitment to the 80s. 80s move back to Independence House. Honestly, though.
Yeah, honestly, geez.
I went to permanently straighten my hair. Peter said, yeah, we knew. They knew it was that. Good. So that's so good. I'm glad.
But if anybody wants to dance to that audio track, please it doesn't have to be our dance. Just do that dance.
Paul got this Appa shirt in Japan last time we were there.
No, it was in
Austin.
That was in Austin.
But
it was right when we got back from
we had just gotten back from Japan.
We flew from Japan to Austin, and then I got this shirt. That's right. Because we were gonna extend our trip, but we couldn't. Sorry, this is probably very loud. I'm just trying to build it without dumping all my Lego pieces.
Okay, when's my turn?
Listen, bag 1 has not been finished yet. Bag
Is there
2.
only one bag?
No, well, there's 3.
Okay, so you get the bigger
Bruh.
thing. Rude of you to say.
Not even rude. You're the one just assuming.
That video was so fun. I'm so glad that you guys liked it. Honestly, oh, okay.
It was so fun to make.
I think.
Where is that piece?
Oh, Eric said, before I do anything with my hair, I'm going to need some Rogaine right quick. Okay, this is not sponsored, and I'm not saying this because I'm sponsored by them. But to be honest, I could never have grown out my hair like this without Rogaine.
Without Rogaine.
I'm going to be real. My hairline was gone, and now it's come back. Like, I am not paid to
Dice
say
Dreams
this.
knew I was talking about them. They just gave me a notification.
They said, please get on.
They said, get on here. Somebody just tried to.
I am so happy with how my hair's looking. I got asked that tonight at dance. Somebody was like, are you actually on Rogaine or was that just an ad? And I was like, no, I wouldn't do that advertising campaign if I wasn't on the product. That's a hard thing for us. Like with stuff like that, it is really, really important that you're actually using the product.
Right.
Like,
because it's hard to, it's just, well, one, you're not really committed.
we actually made a mistake. We used another product that asked us to do a hair regrowth because they wanted us to do like ED stuff.
Yeah,
Remember
and
that?
I was like, bruh, that's not gonna fit in our.
And I was like, that's gonna not fit in our brand at all.
So they
And
had
then-
hair regrowth stuff, and so we did.
So
that.
we did that, and I didn't use it, and I kind of felt really guilty about it. I did not like that.
I didn't like that at all.
And then when we started talking about
Rogaine.
our hair growth, and I actually reached out to Hims and Keeps, and I said, hey, would you guys like to do a long-term partnership with us? We would love to work with you. They were like, well, no, like we'll send you a free product. I was like, no, I want a long-term paid partnership with you, and this would be a great mutually beneficial partnership. But then Rogaine has been, they swooped in last year. It was almost 6 months later.
Kelsey Jam, yeah.
And they were like, hey, we want to work with you guys, and we want this to be a long-term thing. Well, they didn't at first. It was just a one-off thing. And then we started using the product, and then we started talking about Rogaine more often, just in general. And they were like, well, let's make this a long-term partnership. So they're actually running our videos, our first videos, as ads on YouTube. People in our building, they don't know what we do. They're like, hey, I saw you on YouTube on an ad.
I was like, okay.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You guys were balding? Yeah, we were starting to
last
recede
January.
here. Here's the thing about Rogaine specifically. If you start seeing any receding, like here, anywhere. Any thinning, start right away because it is way easier to keep your hair than to regrow it.
Do you keep using Rogaine to keep it growing? Yes. So the thing about minoxidil and things like finasteride, which is an DHT blocker, DHT is a hormone that's released at different ages for different people, but that's why you lose your hair. It's a hormone that basically kills your hair follicles. And so they found that technically finasteride was an oral medication that was used to actually work with Parkinson's. So like people... Well, Parkinson's isn't always shaky, but usually it's shown it by like a shakiness. But they found that guys, or especially men, older men that were on finasteride, actually found a lot of benefit with hair loss and like getting their hair back. So regardless, they started using it for hair regrowth, but more specifically as a DHT blocker. So we started on finasteride. We did see some good progress. We're on a really good shampoo as well that I'm really impressed with. I've tried every shampoo in the book, but the neodyne.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it.
It's with kizocodinol.
That's what's in the.
I'll
the
post
stuff
about it
that's in
sometime. But it's a great shampoo, and that my hair has never been like, I usually have really dry scalp, and that's all gone. But then when we started on Rogaine, I started noticing the regrowth really explode. So that's more of a stimulant for your hair follicle to regrow.
We did also see quite a bit of like when we got into this business and we actually started like I don't want to say just working in the business because we were working before, but
like researching,
not for hair growth. I was saying that's when we started seeing the hair loss is when we got stressed about like when we started working and we just worked all the time. You wouldn't say that?
No, I noticed it in high school. In high school, I knew where I was thin, and where like I wasn't like filling, but then I didn't notice any major thinning until I hit 30, And that year, I started noticing some major thinnings, and especially in videos when we would make YouTube lives, and we were making videos. We were making dance videos.
Yeah.
But I started noticing a little bit more thinning then.
I didn't start seeing any thinning for me. I didn't notice it. I wanted to avoid it. I knew it was happening, but I was avoiding it.
Paul avoided it even when last Christmas time, I was like, I need to figure this out. November.
Yeah.
A year ago, November. Not last November, but a year
I need
before.
to figure this out.
I said, I even made a video on TikTok, and I was like, I need recommendations. And I got some really good advice from guys during that time. That was a really, really good time for me. And that's when I reached out to other companies to see if they would want to work with us. Specifically,
why didn't we? Did you reach out to Rogaine, or was that?
No, that was
That was
organic.
just
They found
organic?
us. Yeah.
Oh wait, that's not right.
I'll just order 60 Temu wigs if I lose my hair. That's what Matthew says. Ben says, I used minoxidil when I got hair loss stress during the pandemic. Did it work for you, Ben? From what I understand is you have to keep using it. Once you start, you have to keep using it or you will lose the progress that you've made. I know there's differing opinions on that, but that's what even Rogaine says. So they also say that the major thing that you have to worry about is starting early. Like if you notice thinning, start, because it's easier to grow back right away than it is to wait.
Or to keep the hair than to.
It is easier to keep the hair, yeah. So, yeah. Ben said it worked for him too. Yeah.
This is so cutie.
Handsome Cap said, "Yeah, Matthew, I'll send you a weave."
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I have some. Matthew said, "Matthew, you're killing me." You know, Colby and Handsome Cap. It's my turn.
Part 2.
Is there anything else we want to talk about with burnout? I just feel like it's such a popular topic. I don't know what else to say about it other than take a break, take care of yourself. Counseling is a thing.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that we have each other, but I really do hope that we can avoid. Oh, you don't like it when it's my turn?
No.
You hate it when it's my turn.
I hate sharing.
Paul hates it when it's my turn.
No, I'm fine.
No, you hate it.
No, I think that for me, I'm finding things that you can do that aren't work related.
Yeah.
The challenge is even with Legos, I love Legos. And so when I start building Legos, I want to make videos about Legos, but that's work. So then it's like, dude, I just like, which I do want to make. I like specifically like the burrow, like
Yeah, we're gonna make
to
a
be
video
able to
about
make a
that.
video about that.
We're gonna make a video about that.
Even probably a YouTube video though. I think like doing
think
like
so. Yeah, why not?
a Carter Kinch style video. I would love to. No, Nick. No. Hopefully ours didn't freeze. Maybe it did.
What did it?
Oh, Paul is burnt with Legos, so he's handing it off to Luke. No, I would build this whole thing by myself, sitting right here.
He's actually mad at me for doing
I'm
it.
steamed.
He's mad
I
at me
know
for
it's snowing outside too.
It's so beautiful.
I loved it. We were coming home from dance and they canceled school tomorrow, so our dance classes are canceled tomorrow, which just means we have more time to work.
Which is great.
We're not burnt out. I want to be clear about that.
Yeah, we're really
I'm
not.
really not feeling burnout. I do feel like not taking those weekly breaks, even if it's just for an evening, even if it's just for like, nope, from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I can't work. That's a pretty decent amount of time for me.
That's a lot of time.
But it's a
But
good
it's not
time.
impossible. We've had some really
Oh,
good
Matthew,
show
do not
moments.
bring up that show.
What show?
I will never be burnt out on Seuss.
Do not. Seuss.
Seuss.
Oh, the things you could.
Oh, really? Emily, you're supposed to get 12 to 16 inches? Last I heard, we're only supposed to get 6. So I don't know. That may have changed.
I never saw Seuss.
It'll be interesting to see tomorrow what actually falls. Snowfall happens. It's cold though. What is it right now? My watch died.
Tomorrow's supposed to be even colder.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
crazy,
it's
guys.
cold.
We're not. We'd be crazy over here in Kansas. We're not in Kansas.
Did you
right now.
post that video?
Yeah.
I want to talk
Oh,
about
we're
this.
talking about the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
A good friend of ours. Very helpful.
helped us out with this. But if you haven't seen the video, we ordered this camera off of Macari because it sold out everywhere. So we found a used
Let's
one
talk
that
about
was
this.
in good condition.
We were so excited. There's a guy online who makes very cool videos.
Yeah.
We saw that he had these LUTs, and a LUT is basically like a filter that you use in video editing, and usually it's you shoot in RAW. It's
Ryan,
a very
that's
tedious.
crazy.
It's a very tedious process, and we had just noticed this guy's color science was so good. So Paul reached out and literally was like, "What are you shooting on? This is amazing. What's your LUT?" And he goes, "Oh, it's no LUT. Like it's just this internal on this camera."
I used the Fujifilm
I was like-
X100 Mark VI, and he's like, and they have these camera simulations inside the camera, so you can like choose different camera simulations of older cameras. So
Yeah, very cool.
We
us,
looked it
very
up,
us.
found it. We were like, oh, let's get it. It was on Macari. It was a
Okay, and one
like
thing about the
new.
lore about this camera is that it's so good and it's so popular, you cannot find it anywhere. It is back ordered everywhere.
It looks without
Best
the
Buy,
hood.
anywhere you look, back ordered camera shops, small camera shops, you
B&H,
cannot find
everywhere.
it.
Yeah.
We scoured the internet, but we found a used one on Macari, and I was like, I hate this because you don't know if it's real.
Yeah, you
you
have
don't
no
know what's
idea.
coming. You don't know if it's a legit listing. It could be a fake internet from the internet. We have no idea. The model is a Fujifilm X100 Mark VI, so it's the VI.
VI. Yeah.
So all one word, X100
I can
VI.
too if you want to, but it is.
But it is so fun, and it has been. We got it, but okay. Here's the deal. So it arrived. I had put in. This is such a long story. I had put in all the right information, so it would be sent not to our personal address because we've had issues with things getting stolen. So I had it sent to our UPS like PO box, which we have everything sent there. It's just the easiest thing for us.
We have human people that accept them.
People that accept them for us. We don't have to worry about it. Then we go pick them up when we can. We don't have to worry about our building. Our building is like very secure, and that makes it very difficult for people to deliver things anyway. And then once they do deliver them, they like just lay them on the floor, and then anyone can pick them up. So it's anyway a mess. So I put all the information in when I ordered it, the used one, and so it was delivered. And I knew it was delivered to our zip code, which our UPS store is in our zip code. So I went over to the UPS store a day later, and I was like, "Hey, did you get this package?" And they were like, "No." So they checked their cameras. They're like, "That was not delivered at that time."
When it said it was delivered.
Yeah, they're like, "That's not it." So I looked around. We did some more scouring. I looked on the order confirmation. It said like our state and city and zip code, but it wouldn't give me an address on the actual
listing,
tracking number.
yeah.
So I dug into the tracking number a little bit, and I finally called. We called USPS, and they called us back. We're like, "What is going on? Where is this package?" And they're like, "Well, we'll do some investigation, but there's nothing we can
Then
really
they
do."
cross-checked everything. Like we went through and like cross-checked every little thing you possibly could about this package.
Because first of all, we were really excited about this, and this was all during like the major snowstorms, so it had gotten stuck in Tampa for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we had not seen it; it had not moved for 2 weeks. So we were afraid it had been stolen from Tampa. We didn't know.
Yeah. So anyway, we talking to her on the phone. She's like, "Wait, is this the address?" Or no, she said, "Can
What's
you
your
verify
address?"
what? Can you verify the address?" So I started telling her the PO box address, and she said, "That's not it." I said,
We're like, "What address?"
What address?" And so then I gave her our address, and she said, "That's the address." So
I ran downstairs.
Luke ran downstairs, checked everywhere, checked the office,
Days later,
and it has been a couple days. So honestly,
it's our fault.
it's our fault.
100%.
100%. But they did reopen the case and do an investigation. The actual delivery guy called us, or the guy, the normal guy, but he had like another guy actually delivered
A different,
day.
because he was off the day
But
that it was delivered.
He could verify that it was delivered, and so we're still trying to see if we can get some money back off the insurance on the package,
So
but
annoying.
we don't know if we're going to be able to. So that being said, how did we get the actual camera? Why is this camera sitting in my lap right now?
I mentioned that story a few weeks ago. Last week? 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, maybe.
2 weeks ago, and a little angel heard the story and found a new one on Amazon. But
Yeah.
it wasn't like a Prime, it was like a reseller, and they jacked the price up, I guess is what he told me. But
Yeah.
but he was so generous and
got it for us.
And so we used it. That was what we filmed the last couple of videos on, because it gives this really rich, almost authentic, like vintage.
I'm going to show you a
look.
video that hasn't been posted yet. I don't know if you will be able to see very well,
But it has
let's
such a
try.
good
It's
vibe.
such a good vibe, and this video is going to go out later this week. It's the same choreography we did for our choreography this week. It'll probably blog me for.
Can you mute it? Just mute it and show them.
So it's the same song that we did before. Oh man, I wish you could see it better. Can you cover your eyes, Luke? I want to see if it's going to blow it out. Oh, you really can't see the color very good.
It's such a vintage vibe.
Such a vibe. We went outside and did that seated choreo, and it is.
It
the
looks like
vibe
we're looking for
so
like
good.
we're just like in the 1978, waiting for the bus,
Waiting for the bus,
doing a little dance,
you know?
dance.
It's a cutie little video. So,
We're just so blessed.
come on, Eileen.
Come on, Eileen.
Yeah. So
Come on,
So I'm excited about that one. We shot that one on here. We shot a 50s video.
guys.
It's called Twist.
It is that we've taken so many photos. I need to post some photos
Oh,
from it.
we gotta post a little photo.
I'm still figuring it out. Paul figured out how to literally manually create exact color science with it. It's
You can do that with any
incredible.
camera. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. Not the color science behind this Fujifilm. I can't do that on the Sonys, but I can adjust the white balance. So that when it white balances to a certain
I was shook.
color.
I was shook.
Come on, Eileen. I barely even know her. I mean, true. The colors are popping. The colors on the one that I posted the other day is probably a little too heavy. I need to probably desaturate a little bit. I know, but it's a little shocking on the algorithm when you're scrolling, which I guess isn't a bad thing. But
yeah, really shocking into
watching.
That's all I gotta say.
Anyway.
Oh, come on.
Wait, ew? Do you not like the colors, Ben? Or why did you say ew?
You don't have to like.
Oh, it smells like beef in here. Matthew, you have no idea. I love hi guys. I loved your advice on burnout. It's been a minute since I've been able to watch. Also, I'm moving to Kansas City. Oh, Georgia! That is so exciting.
Oh my gosh, Georgia West.
Well, she got married.
Oh.
How do you say your last name? Bordeaux? Georgia Bordeaux?
Bordeaux.
Is that how you say it? Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Quite possibly.
Dean, it was a joke, Paul. Oh. No, ew. On the gym joke. Oh. Also, love that you did seated choreo. Yes, Maddie. Is that one you would love a tutorial on? Because that would be an easy tutorial.
It'd be fun to do.
If
you like that, I'll do a tutorial on it. We might just do it on Patreon though. Those have gotten really bad views, and that people look at that stuff.
Like when we were doing this, which I can't say, I almost said the brand name. When we were reaching out about this brand deal for Japan, they were asking for our analytics, and the tutorials just don't perform that well on YouTube. So we may put them up on Patreon if you guys are interested in them, but they probably won't live on the YouTube channel because it tanks our numbers and then it doesn't look good for brands. But what we could do is actually create a second YouTube channel where it's just like Twin Sauce 2 and it's just all the things that we don't post on the main channel. All the silly stuff.
Cutie. And then you put it on there like this.
Well, the bow is cool. Show the bow here.
Isn't that fun? I think you can actually.
Yeah, you attach it.
Cute. Happy Valentine's Day late. This is for my mom. My mom's birthday is on Valentine's Day. Happy birthday,
and we
Mom.
got to talk to her on the phone. It was so cute. Not for as long as we wanted.
Do you have Twin Sauce on YouTube? No, we don't. I don't think, but we could get the double I Twin Sauce. I'm sure we could.
Oh, probably.
I'm sure we could.
Wait, no, we do. That's the backup channel.
We'll put it on Patreon for now. No, we don't have a backup channel on YouTube.
I thought we do.
You did?
I think I made one.
Look at you. Would you look at that?
Because I was logging into. It's on the same account, but it's
She said, yeah, it's pronounced Boudrex.
No,
Drakes or Boudre. Boudre? You do not say the X.
Wait,
a choreo for disco.
How about? Wait, disco, is that the song?
DISCO?
I don't know that song.
We need more versions of Abracadabra. That one's doing well for you guys. Thank you. Also, we should just do that again in different outfits, to be honest.
I know, honestly.
What if we did that on retrofits?
We do retrofits, but we also could do like really funky fits. Like just go for a funky fit.
Crazy vibes.
Yeah. I know. When do I have time for a second channel?
Yeah, touche.
Gosh. People were like, you guys should do some stuff on your personal accounts. And I was like, yeah, I should.
When do I have time? It's 11:10.
Oh.
Do you have twin Zeus? Matthew,
up to here.
Up to here. Straight to jail.
Let me tell you right now.
Oh, okay, guys. What is going on in your lives? Done with us. Is anyone else dealing with burnout? Yeah, give us a thumbs up if you haven't already on the live. It really does help us out. Your watch time, though, is more important than anything else. So even if you turn these on when you're not watching them, that would be great.
Yeah.
These view counts, we love the live stream view counts. That actually gives us more of anything.
There's not like hundreds of thousands of you guys, but the mighty few that you are, and you're not a few. There's a lot more here than there ever has been.
I know.
But the ones of you that are here, like
y'all, the OGs,
you are the OGs.
Well, not just OGs, but you guys are the ones who are really bought in, and we really do appreciate that. That's Paul and I were talking about this and how I used to dread going live. It was so exhausting. But y'all make it really fun.
Yeah,
I've been really enjoying them recently, and that's a huge thing for me.
We thought about going live more frequently on other platforms like Instagram. Like it does.
We just need to do like Instagram and TikTok lives, and maybe some vertical YouTube lives, because those go into a scrollable
like
algorithm,
place for discovery.
And we just feel like we could do some even like
fun
just hanging out and choreographing, or maybe dancing, or filming a video, what that looks like behind the scenes.
Or you guys help us choreograph a song.
Or like letting the audience help us choreograph a song. I think that'd be so fun. So I don't know. You had the ending right the first time.
Bordeaux.
It's just Boo on Instagram, like Bo. Oh, and I don't know. It's hard to explain over text. Anyway, I would love to have you guys over once we're in town. Please.
Let us know.
Oh my gosh. Is your brother still in town? Seriously, I need to see him too.
The fact that he lives in town.
I know. We just have not
like
seen
ever.
him. Yeah.
Dude. Oh yeah, we would love to hear. We love to do prayer requests at the end of these, just to hear what's like kind of more.
Nathan said, "I'm hoping to
be
be able to promote to management sooner than later. I've contemplated the internal management training program.
Ooh.
I just have a meeting with my boss's boss. That's exciting. Let's go. Lego building systems. Oh, what's that? Is there more?
Yeah, dude. There's the chocolates, man.
Oh, and the plants. Look at you go.
Chocolates and the plants.
But I thought they said the biggest problem with creators is they make the content for platforms instead of specializing videos per platform.
Probably. That's us.
The biggest problem with creators is they make content for all platforms instead of specializing videos per platform.
The hard part is we just don't.
I do think that there is something to be said about specializing content for platforms. Like a lot of people prioritize TikTok because the reach is better. But then they'll forget things like Instagram or feel like Instagram is too curated. And I think that should be the opposite. I think you should put everything on everything because you don't know how you'll connect with other people. Everyone's on all platforms. So to find people, not everyone's on all platforms, but I do think that there is reach that can be had. And if we limit ourselves, that's
well, I think I spend most of my time on Instagram Reels, ironically. I do some on TikTok, but most of my content viewing is on Instagram Reels.
Colby, you're so sweet. He said, I really love these crazy lives as of recently. I'm totes not burned out on the lives.
Oh,
thanks, Colby.
I love that.
How do you do vertical vids live?
On your phone. You'd have to do it on a phone.
We have to do it on a phone. It's just like the TikTok lives or anything.
We
I
could
realize everything.
Here's the thing.
Make me feel so better in the world. Ah, thank you.
The Williams fam, they'll go live on YouTube and Twitch this way in their living room, as well as vertical on a phone, as well as vertical on a vertical on a phone, which is for TikTok and Instagram. They're live on all those platforms.
But then those audiences choreograph for them. It's really fun.
Yes, Zoe. We're gonna pray for Zoe. She had health issues. We were talking today on Discord, and she is just really hurting, just really struggling with her health. But she was rallying, and she was like, "I just want to tell you how you lift my spirits." And I was like, "Girl, well, we're praying for you hard." She's
been struggling for a while. It's been very, very hard. But we're here for her. Lifting her up. We'll definitely pray for her. Mr. Sakosaurus, I'm not sure what you're not following, but if you have questions, just ask. We usually do prayer requests now, so we like to pray over you guys. I know that's weird, maybe, but we just think that it's a fun way for us to hear about what's going on in your life, what maybe you're going through, that we can maybe cover you in some prayer, or just send good vibes.
Or send good vibes if you don't like prayer. That's okay. We understand it's all different out here.
Dean said, life update. My sister had her baby was born.
Yay! Congratulations!
Woo, congratulations, Uncle Dean.
Uncle Dean. Oh, you're not at the bottom. You know that.
I know.
Okay, good.
Georgia said, Joel and Rachel are still in KC, and they have 2 kids now.
What?
Excited to be closer to them. Please let me know if you know any pastry chef job openings. Matthew might actually have a connection there. Pastry chef, though. He used to work at Dolce, and they're always hiring, but there's other places, I'm sure. There's so many bakeries around.
Yeah, there's...
Mildred's. What area of town are you hoping to live in? Don't say that. Maybe on here. Maybe text me.
Oop.
But when I'm on YouTube, I don't really reject TikTok videos usually, but also usually when I go to YouTube, I'm more inclined to want a longer platform that most other platforms don't really do. I agree with that, and that's why we're leaning into long form, because we personally prefer long form content.
I love long form.
I love long form YouTube content, and I like long form people just talking.
Yeah,
like commentary, almost podcasty. That's my favorite.
Anything we've done that has not done well, but
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. We love it.
This thing is so glitchy. Sorry, I'm gonna have to pull you forward.
Yeah, hit the down arrow. Oh, you're trying.
I can't. I'm trying to read.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry, that was
rude.
Rude of you, but you're not helping me read these.
Bro, do you want me to help you and stop building my Lego set?
Maybe stop building your Lego set.
Dude, how dare you say that?
Some Lego building with a side leg of Luke. That's me. Yep. Sorry. I got a cold. Oh no, feeling yucky. We'll be praying for health. I'm back. Sorry for my connection. My connection died right after yours. Oh, dang.
Look at that stand.
Yeah, right on. Mr. Stackosaurus said maybe Jesus can help my channel take off. Praying for that. Let's go. Please visit the Philippines. You have huge fans here. We love the Philippines. I'd love to go. My sister's been, and she loved it.
She loved it.
It keeps jumping. I'm sorry. Burnout on not being in the Palm Focus with Jim. Please next time when you're in NRC, you should do a Legoland theme park. Go to the Legoland theme park. I've never been. That's fun.
I want to go to.
There's also one in Florida that I'd like to go to. What is the baby's name? I haven't been feeling well recently. I hate feeling sick, and I would like for some prayers for it to stop. Oh, definitely be praying for that. There's a lot of illness going around right now. Paul had.
I had the crud for a few weeks
2 weeks ago.
That was awful.
My friend got burned out from events. He's making oatmeal cups tomorrow with me and hoping that turns out well. That's exciting, Ben.
That is so exciting.
New business. Can't be burnt out of the PC. Maybe I'll follow that. Oh, Palm Coast or something. Long form, very long, said Maddie.
Well, Maddie, your wish is our command. Because
to be perfectly honest, Maddie, you've encouraged us. Thank you for your encouragement. Because to be perfectly honest, I feel like sometimes I get overwhelmed with like I'm boring or it's too boring.
I'm not good enough.
So your encouragement is for us to make our long videos and to keep them long is why we started doing the commentary videos on Patreon. And to be honest, those are our favorite to make.
I know.
It's so fun to finish a vlog and then to be able to like go commentate it, which is why we're doing a little bit of a different thing for the Disneyland Paris video. We want it to feel like that, but a little bit different. More structured. Yeah. But then we're going to do an unstructured one. We might actually do a long